Good, yes, but I just before I introduce the speakers and tell you about what's going to happen tonight, I want to tell you quickly about something that I'm sure you all know, because I'm sure you're all familiar with the international days that we get. You know, there's loads of them. We just had International Women's Day, of course, wonderful. And I think around about now is World Happiness Day. I can tell that's... oh, it hasn't passed you by, that's good. You're all embracing that wonderfully, so that's good. There are loads of these days out there, right? And I did touch upon this last year. And there is some absolute belters, some absolute classics. Coming up on the 30th of June, we have International Asteroid Day. Do you know about that? Apparently you all have to go and play Space Invaders for the entire day. It's based on 80s arcade games. No, it's an actual thing. International Asteroid Day happens on the 30th of June, created by the UN. I'm not lying, that's true. You can look it up. I have no idea what happens on that day. Hopefully we don't get destroyed by an asteroid. But there are other days, okay? I did a little bit of research this afternoon. There's yesterday, I don't know if you know this, yesterday was World Chocolate Caramel Day. It's an actual thing, yeah, actual thing. And today is World Ravioli Day. Now this is I'm getting this information from a rival website to the UN, okay, so go with it. But World Ravioli Day, I have no idea what happens on that day. But my research led me to this, and this is an actual new day that the UN have introduced today, on the 20th of March. Does anybody know this? International Francophonie Day. This is true, I'm not making this up. Anybody heard of this before I've said it? No? Good, I got there first. It's a true thing, I'm not making this up. International Francophonie Day, where you all have to dress up as General Franco and commit mass murder. No, I bet that bit's not true, but the International Francophonie bit, that is generally true. It's a day to celebrate the French language. So, being the Bavard bar, Bavard to chat, Francophonie. So we celebrate the French language, and I thought, well, I'll mark it, given that the UN have flagged it. And it's an actual thing. I have not made that up. And I think they've obviously run out of things to do at the UN, because they just must have some sort of day naming department. There's a new day that they've introduced as well. I don't know if you've heard about this, coming up on the 29th of March. International Shoot Yourself in the Foot Day. Have you come across, you know about that? Yeah, no, it's an actual thing. We are apparently the only country who's signed up, but, you know, that's, it's early days. It's early days with that one. But I sometimes think that, I don't know, the UN, it obviously stands for United Nations, but maybe they should change their name, or what it stands for, to United Naming, because they don't just name days, right? They name weeks, do you know this? They name months, and they name years. Do you know this? Anybody know what year 2019 is? It's an actual thing, it's a true fact. It is 2019, but the UN have named it, they're not satisfied. The UN have given it a name. It's the year of moderation. It's an actual thing. So if you don't achieve anything this year, okay, don't worry about it. It's kind of like, what do we want? You know, moderation. When do we want it? Well, I don't know. End of the year, should be okay. Right, okay, so there we are. That's an actual thing. It's a National Francophonie Day.